Hey everybody, welcome back. We are at week 3 of talking about what are the fitness level things that we have lost over these last couple of years. So 2 weeks ago, we talked about balance. Link below, you can go back and watch those videos. Last week, we talked about mobility, and this week I want to talk to you about strength. Now, I'm not talking about increasing the size of a muscle and that sort of thing, but one of the things that we have lost in particular is balanced strength around some really key areas in the body. Today, we're going to talk about the hip, hence our mini band. Then we're going to talk about the shoulder in our next video this week. And finally, we'll talk about the low back. So in terms of talking about the hips, everybody, I think a lot of times we're super familiar with our glute max. That's that big muscle at the back of our hip joint, or what we would feel like is our seat. What we might not know is that there are other muscles that make up the glute group. So you have a gluteus minimus and a medius, as well as the maximus. We've got to have a balanced engagement of all of those muscle groups around the hip to make sure that the hip can do what it needs. Make sure our glutes can act in the way that not only stabilize our hip, activate through the back when we're, lifting or moving or stepping, walking up, but also really are key to the health of our low back. Those glutes should be really strong, and because we've been sitting on them, they actually kind of get what we might call, inhibited or inactive, essentially. We've been sitting on them, they kind of switch off. They don't kick in when we need them, and hence the low back takes some of that work. So 3 really easy exercises for you. You could do this with a mini band or without. So if you don't have something like that, it's okay. You can do it without. I will say these are a fabulous little tool. You can grab them at, kind of any sports store or Winners, Marshalls, that sort of thing as well. So here's what we're going to do. Yes, a squat does work the glute max. However, what I will say is we are all one side dominant. One of our legs in this case is stronger than the other. And what that means is the glutes on that side are going to be taking over, whether we really mean to or not. So I want you to do a little bit of isolation work here. I'm going to turn to the side so you can have a quick peek. I'm going to stand with a small bend in my the leg that I'm going to keep on the ground. We're going to do a little kick back here, a little lift back. That's it. I often talk about the back pocket. If you had pants on with a back pocket, that's what I want you to think about, that back pocket area, okay? Option 1, glute max, go for it. Second, give us a little action at the side of the hip here. I'm gonna get you to either, not either, I want you to stand tall. So stand tall first, and then either push that leg out to the side. So we're imagining, still kind of thinking about the pants that you've got on. Think about the seam at the side of your pants here. I want you to lift towards that seam, okay? Or you can go ahead and do that with a bent leg. Now notice it's not a really big lift. It is a small controlled contraction. Give those a try to start activating those glutes. And if you are somebody that's doing some work squatting and lunging, include these as your warm-up to actually activate the glute medius minimus maximus, and you'll get a better response and engagement of those muscles throughout your squat and your lunge, okay? See you back soon for some shoulder work. Have a great day.